now as Viper gets a bit of a heal. And so far so good here for Hanwha Esports. Bottom lane that are just trying to weather the storm as best as possible. And Peanut here towards the top side, seeing what he can get done. The hop is good, and Doran will have the Mega Gnar available. Gets the wallop down as well as Keen. He might be able to flash it, but he does not go for it, as there is first blood going over to Peanut.
Of a more laid-back approach, and more mistakes start slipping in. And this might be one of those, as Peanut still has his ult, still has flash.
Yep, rockets coming out. Zeka does not have a whole lot of mana, but he doesn't need it to auto attack. Still just going to flash on over. Gatling gun at the ready, and that is a second kill for Hanwha Life.
Yeah, and as I was saying,
not one of those players that lets you get away with that almost ever. And so right now, the jungle does kind of belong to him. You can see decent lead being built for Doran towards the top side of the map as well, as you can see, almost towards his Trinity Force. Keen still a decent ways away from that. First Drake will...
And then also her team fighting prowess. But when you get to actual later stages in the game, which is where Gen.G has generally done well, is Doran.
Yeah, Wither is already down on top of him. Fury of the Sand, so the Keen to tank up this turret, and he's going to grab some stacks for his trouble as well. And that is going to be Gen.G finally on the board. Chovy. And
one more wave. Oh, do they need one more wave?
Well, I think if they are going to stick around and try and take it, no, they're not going to even need to worry about too many turret shots. As yeah, Doran and Delight, they will be able to get here, but it is not enough to actually save this outer turret. So that's first turret blood. Now Extendo Beam going to be avoided here by Pays. Should be able to hold on to this mid wave. As you can see, the charge is still going to come through. And the turret will be taken out. So the Rift Herald...
As ideal, but mid lane turret is way more valuable than a bot lane turret is. And they're going to get the Dragon as well. Keen is going to get this. I don't really think there's anything that we can do about that. And that means that he's going to get a lot of gold into the pockets as a...
That's a Hextech Soul. That's valuable. He does have that Trinity Force now completed. Doran did finish off his Cull. Certainly good news, but he's going even with a Nasus, and that often feels bad if you're not the Nasus, as now Lahens could be in trouble. Speaking of feeling bad, he is going to be taken out here. Permafrost a little bit too powerful, and Viper has delivered his first kill of the game. And I just don't know whether he wants to try and fight the Blade of the Ruined King Chovy right now, as Doran could be in trouble. Spear is going to go wide, but look at the Q damage. It is ridiculous, and Doran does hit the Mega Gnar, but Canyon's still going to be able to pounce on top of him. Viper trying to fight this one out as the Fury of the Sands has already come through, but Keen is a monster. And he isn't going to be going down anytime soon. Canyon once again looking for these angles as the inner turret is going to get bonked aggressively by Keen. And will fall down.
That's a raid boss. Atlas.
Yeah.
Well, right there. Viper's like, oh guys, no. Abandon.
It's one of the Anubises from Encourage. Those things, they're really dangerous.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with the Jackal, as it was shown there by Keen. That's an inner turret. And now for the first time, I think Gen.G actually in the gold lead. And it's just one pick onto Doran.
Back in
oh yeah.
For it, but probably just going to stick around as Peanut going to get possibly caught out a little bit here. He is very tanky with the Frost Armor and the Aftershock as he looks for the Glacial Prison. Connected here as they just blow up Lahens. Not going to have their Rel available for this fight. Canyon going to miss another Spear as well as Chovy's taking the enemy blue buff. Of course he is. And they might just be giving this one up.
Oh, I was just thinking about this. Look at the spikes on Hanwha as well. 2-item spike for Corki, 2-item spike for this area as well.
Yep, Spears is still coming in though. Keen is still very scary. Teleport to come down now for the Gnar as Peanut. He's really low. That is going to be the steal away by Canyon. They're going to try and focus Keen, but I don't know whether that's a good idea, as that's another kill. And now Chovy is flashing forward, finds another reset. There's another one as a double comes in. 2 AD carries left remaining for Hanwha Esports. They've got no one to stand behind, and somehow Gen.G just decide to win.
And Lahens, he might have slept for the alarm for this one. Not really woken up just yet, but the rest of the team goes over. And then Doran is alone in the pit. Pays had a really good zoning.
Bullet time, yeah.
Yeah, and no, they don't have any cooldowns left to stop him. And then, yeah, Chovy smells blood in the water and shows us... yeah, I don't mind it.
I don't mind it either.
Or as you already mentioned, and not only, funnily enough, it's not only the healing that you do yourself, right? The lifesteal, but it's also Canyon's heal.
Yep.
That's like a lot of value there. And yeah, now they're sieging with a poke comp, and They can just Spirit Fire, they can use these Nidalee Spears.
And Delight cannot face check. He is going to get a ward in there, but that is immediately going to get blown up. And Gen.G are going to do their very best to try and suffocate them out here as Keen's going to flash the Glacial Prison. Peanut is still looking for more, but taking so much damage from Pays. Lahens and Chovy trying to get themselves over as Hanwha realizing this is not their angle to fight right now. And Gen.G, based on this, just get free reign to head towards this mid lane, and they are just going to continue to try and zone them from the area. Canyon chasing Delight out of there. And Gen.G, can they get even more? Is this just going to be an inhibitor turret going down already? The Rebel Brown power play already up to 2.3k as Keen, Fury of the Sands, comes out, and the Battle Dance has to be employed. Gen.G, they will be able to take down that turret. This was all because they moved on in when they didn't really have the ability to do so. Doran's going to go down as well. The inhibitor's taken out. And without Doran, is this going to be even more sieging for Gen.G? 486.
You know, if I get the excuse to vote for a Nessus, I'm taking it.
Oh, yeah.
I had Neferi earlier today.
We voted for Clear when he played Nasus, right? That time in Challenger, so obviously we're going to do it here. Unfortunately, Morgan didn't win when he played it earlier in the season as Peanut's going to go down. That is going to be another kill over to Chovy as Viper takes so much damage. My God, Keen stands in the front. He does a ton of damage himself, but then he's got the artillery cannons in the backline as Chovy's dancing forward. He'll find the reset on the jump as now Doran not going to hit Mega in time. The immediate explosion of both the Corki and the Gnar. 2 Yordles for the price of 1 when it comes to that ultimate. And this game is done and dusted. Gen.G our favorites for the final, and they are looking absolutely like that in game 1 of our final match of the season. There goes the Nexus.
He hasn't actually been able to make his back.
Aha.
So he doesn't have a lot of mana, and Peanut is in the area.
Yep, there are a lot of brushes now behind Gen.G, as Pei's going to try and utilize them, now just waddling his way out of here. Headbutt will be able to get rid of Peanut, but this is also just going to be so many minions going missing.
Oh, Pei's?
Oh, Pei's not going to find the satchel, unfortunately. Bowling Ball going to connect onto Peanut, as Lahan's still going to burn down. And Delight comes on in here just to try and protect his tree. Hanwha, they grab themselves first blood, and Peanut's out of there.
Flipside will be able to pick up this dragon, which is, I think, a fine trade, given how the last game played out. They do need to hurry up. Peanut's on his way.
He is just going to lankily move on in here. That is going to be the Drake secured by Chovy somehow, as Delight gets the angle. Chovy going to have to flash over. The Steadfast Presence is so good from this Poppy, and Zeka is going to be able to get himself the second kill for Hanwha Esports. Lahens might just need to sacrifice himself, does invest the flash, and will be able to buy enough time to get them out of there.
Yeah, that was about, what, 30 seconds of uptime on Lahens' flash before he has to use it immediately.
Value, baby.
As some Daisy Micro doesn't actually get over the Shuriken so that he could set up the play, and then instead the Shuriken just hit him.
Well, Mega Inferno Bomb has come down. The arrow is going to go wide as now Lahen's trying to get them out of there, but that is going to be a kill confirmed. Nicely done on the 1-for-1. Kill going to Lahen's isn't the greatest, but now Chovy coming on in here. Exhaust just to make sure that Delight's not going to have an avenue of escape, and the Pulverize to keep him in position. That's going to be another one, and Chovy on the board now for Gen.G, and that is dangerous for Hanwha Esports as Keen just continuing to try and play the game.
Walk, walk.
Yeah, it's getting tough here as Canyon's moving on in here. Quadruped comes down, going to put the little Pikachu to sleep. Watch out, Eep, indeed. Canyon going to be able to lock down that kill as well, and Gen.G all of a sudden back in it. Value coming on in as Doran not exactly with the highest of health bars, but this should belong to Peanut at this point in time.
You see as well, Viper was on his way over, and then as soon as Paige showed the bot wave, immediately decided the better of it is Paige is going to get the shove, and they're going to actually contest here. Paige does have his ultimate.
Pulv does come in. The arrow is going to connect. The buffer is gorgeous once again as the redemption coming down here. That is a dead cow and a dead Chovy as well. Viper just walks on over, and they will be able to take them both down. Plates now being eaten by Pays on the bottom side, but there's a teleport in from Zeka. Let's see whether Pays can keep himself alive here, because this burst damage is kind of obscene. There's the mini stun, as Pays, I think, is just dead. Mega Inferno Bomb comes down, and there's the last auto. Zeka's going to be able to lock that one up.
We'll see. Keen might not be able to get him. Look, Poppy's on the way. Oh, never mind. Another TP. He's dead.
Now he's very, very big dead, as probably didn't want to give Chovy the assist. He flashes, and the explosive charge is not enough, so he's just going to back, and he's going to be fine. Better. But Gen.G, after they did have that wake-up moment, things have gone back to being a little bit rough. This is still going to be a second Drake that they're going to be able to pick up for themselves. It's going to be big, as Canyon is able to lock that one down.
Again?
Thing though, as Paze and Canyon should just be able to lock this one up, and the Satchel will just come in and pop it like a balloon. Nicely done. Doran gets another wave, and will finally be able to take down this outer turret in the top lane, but I would have thought that he'd be able to actually get that one first. And instead, it's Gen.G grabbing that first turret blood. So that will be able to get them back.
There is also a Herald, and Peanut, he's drifting.
He's going to be able to make his way in there. And there it is. This outer turret, not long for the world. So that is going to be Viper helping pick that one up. We just don't even, we try not to talk about. We celebrate the fact that we have a lower bracket now, so there's theoretically another final. As, all right, King going a little bit aggressive here, as Chovy going to jump in on top, and that was a flash that you could do. Not the greatest of ones, as Canyon's going to be over there anyway, so I guess the consolation for Doran is the fact that if he had have made that flash actually work, he would have still been really dead.
It's not the best day for Doran. If there is a 6-item Ziggs with, it's not going to matter. I don't think it makes a big difference.
It's just going to be a very rough time, as Lehens is taking a lot of damage. Chovy looking for a bit of an angle here, as that's 50 gold going over to Paze. Canyon is in the bottom lane. We'll be able to at least pull that wave out. As
yeah, we're letting this one go.
Yeah, it looks like this is not going to be the one that they're looking for. Still.
No, I think they're just threatening so that Home Alive don't send someone over too soon. And there we go. TP comes in. Yep, Chovy gets some damage down, but not going to take the turret. Nice TP there from Doran.
All right, Canyon thinking about a little bit of an angle here, as they do have the option of putting Delight and Canyon. That's probably what they were looking for.
That's a really big win. They don't invest too much themselves, only using the Ignite and the Arrow, which both, or the Arrow at least will be up. But Canyon not having Flash available, I think, is actually a really big deal.
All right, well, there is Lehens making his way in. Good Satchel there as well onto Viper. Mega Inferno Bomb to take him down. And now we're slicing forward. Keen looking for Peanut, doesn't get him, but they get so many flashes out of this play. Only Doran and Zeka with those available. Oh no, Gen.G, don't do it again. It's not Baron time.
I don't actually. This time, I think they really can't do it.
All right, well, maybe they just killed Delight instead, as the Satchel was gorgeous. Still Delight making his move out the flash forward, and Chovy says you are not getting away this time. Him and Paze, they're the Yordles on this rift, and Doran, he's trying to get himself out. More explosive charges being thrown around, donated towards this little cannon. And let's see whether Doran can actually get out of here. Keen might be able to find a stun on top of him. The teleport will get him out. And Gen.G trying to take this Baron. Chovy is almost here. But Gen.G, they're looking for a flank angle. They're going to try and get Keen in here. Yeah, and it looks like it's not going to be 50-50able. Especially with these minefields that can be put down, things like this. Is now Chovy going to try and transfer this into a push in mid, as Viper once again caught out of position. Mega Inferno Bomb going to take him down. And Gen.G will have them corralled. Doran in trouble. It's Yordle v Yordle. And Doran will be taken out of this one. That is Chovy finding another reset. Hops back over the wall. Keen might just be dead, but they still have to try and flash away. Canyon walks forward, spins around a little bit. It was a cute pirouette, but now it's time for a cute bounce.
That might be the game.
That is not a blast cone that they wanted to take.
Oh, and your Ashe as well.
Having a look down the line, I mean, CS numbers still very, very even in the jungle. As, speaking of the jungle, Peanut could be in trouble here. Mega Inferno Bomb, and that is Peanut staying alive. Never mind. It's all too easy. Is Doran just going to get jumped on? Oh god, that's a jump scare. It scared even me. That's a solo kill for Chovy. And sometimes you're just not allowed to be walking there.
It's a help.
And we know Valdez, he's from New York, and he knows that people are sometimes just walking here. And he was just walking there, but then he wasn't allowed. It's so unfair. It's going to be the Baron now started up. Let's see whether Humble Life Esports can actually find an angle here. There's a teleport up for Doran. That is a big deal because he might be able to affect this player's Keen. Already out of here. He's already teleported in as well.
What?
And he buffers The keeper's verdict, are you kidding me? The Baron is going to be secured here by Gen.G, but now...
OTP!
This could be the TP angle as Keen. Mega Inferno Bomb, he's going to take him down in the turn! It was just not good enough! They take out Pays, but Chovy's like, oh, you want more, good sir? Yes, don't mind if I do, as unfortunately Zeka a little bit too...
is tapping. And then right here, it looks like Hanwha, maybe even Ankle Keen is out of the fight right from the get-go.
Oh my god.
Buffers.
He rebounded himself off Baron's forehead so that he could playoffs can make it up to us, right? If we get only 5 gamers, then I will forgive you, LCK, for this day of not 6 games. That's how they'll earn it. As oh god, Zeka taking so much damage here. Lahens finds himself alone, and Daisy's getting annoying. A circle does come down behind them, but Hanwha Life Esports do that walk strategy, and that is going to get them out of the way. This
Look at that!
Disgusting.
That's not fair!
What is going on? The Lilting Lullaby comes on down there as well as they're looking for Peanut, and they'll find him. Not able to buffer it is Chovy, so he's going to be traded. But look at the Hextech Soul, man. It doesn't matter if they lose multiple members. They still just can't stick around.
They're getting pelted by orbs and lightning.
There's
That's
so
not fair.
many orbs. You are so right about the orb problem.
Another orb!
Yeah, another orb. Zeka's going to have to go home. He's going to write an angry email about the spheres. All right, Mega Inferno Bomb, that's a circle. That's not an orb. It's still very scary, though, as Viper is going to get exhausted. That's not going to keep Lahens... Oh, never mind. It is going to keep Lahens alive, because, of course, it does. Viper is going to show mercy to his former teammate, as this inhibitor is also going to go down.
And Gen.G can play it slow and steady. They're taking down the turrets is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ziggs just done a pretty good demolishing turrets.
Oh, Atlas. It's dire.
Somewhat. They've pushed out the bottom lane a bit. They might be able to team fight if the cannon can actually get there. Teleport's at the ready. As Gen.G, they're going to start the fight. No Pulverize going to be found here as Lahens already going down low. The Redemption does a lot of work, and into the backline goes Doran. No exhaust to come in really at the beginning of that one, but still just no damage. And Chovy going to stand his ground. Look at the health bars. They are still up. They're alive, but it just feels like for not that much longer. The most dangerous cupcakes are raining from the sky. And Gen.G, they push them away, but not actually able to get any kills. Just almost every flash and summon a spell under the sun.
This is why we value Hextech Soul so highly. Every single time you can see the chip them. Oh, what? What? Yeah. Huh? It's level 18, Ziggs Atlas.
Yeah, okay, that's a good point. Did he actually, was he in auto range for a short fuse? Was that what made him go boom? All right, Headbutt Pulve is going to connect there onto Doran. Mega Inferno Bomb comes down. Doran might want to... Oh, God! Thankfully, he's so short. He's able to walk underneath the bouncing bomb.
He saw it go above his head!
Yep, and I do have to let everyone know that even if he was a taller champion, it still wouldn't have hit him. That's just how the ability works, but that's still fine. It's what it looked like to me.
Oh, and wait. Yeah, you got it. You have to... Well, it's not going to work, but you have to try.
Yeah, sometimes you got to go for the cheeky Eld angle. This is the cheeky win the game. That's the strategy that they're looking for. Another teleport to come in. Another teleport to come in as Canyon. Watch out, Eep. And Zeka turns up almost dead. He does have to cleanse, but he can't cleanse death as the Nexus turrets are going to be going down once again. Gen.G looking like another 2-0 in the books here. And it's looking like they're going to successfully break their own record when it comes to game score.